Everyone thought the giant would win. The world expected the warrior to take the throne. But God chose the shepherd boy, and one person had to live with the weight of that choice. This is the story of David, the boy who refused to wear a crown of fear. David stands in the shadow of a war that is not his. The armies of Israel tremble, their breath shallow, their spears slick with morning dew and dread. You know this moment. You've felt it, the weight of a crisis too large, a voice too small. What happens when the one called is not the one expected? Dawn bleeds across the Valley of Elah. Mist clings to the earth like a shroud, swallowing the stones, muffling the footsteps of men who do not wish to rise. The air is thick, cold. It presses against the skin, damp and unrelenting. No birdsong, no wind, only silence, broken by the distant crackle of dying fires. To the north, the Philistine camp stirs beneath a sky still bruised with night. Tents hunched like crouching beasts. Smoke curls upward, black and slow. A low murmur of foreign tongues, the glint of iron, the creak of leather armor being fastened over hardened muscle. To the south, the Israelites huddle close to embers that no longer burn, their faces hollow, eyes sunken. One soldier grips a bronze shield so tightly his knuckles gleam white, the metal trembles, not from wind, from the pulse in his wrist, the sweat on his palm, the breath he holds. Then, a roar, deep, raw. It tears from the canyon walls like a beast unchained. Goliath. His voice is not a challenge. It is a verdict. The ground shudders. A cup tips over in the dirt. No one moves to right it. Shoulders flinch. Heads turn away. Men press their backs against shields as if they could vanish into the metal. One young soldier closes his eyes. His lips move, not in prayer, in memory. And from the rear, a figure emerges. Barefoot, dust-coated, a sack slung over one shoulder, cheese for his brothers, bread wrapped in cloth. David, his tunic rough-spun, his staff a shepherd's crook. He stops, not at the edge of the camp, not before the generals, but where the earth dips, where the two armies face each other across a stretch of barren ground. His gaze does not dart, it settles on the space between, on the silence before the storm. The camera does not follow. The world does not turn. Only his feet, cracked, calloused, planted firm in the stone and dust. The soil remembers every step he has taken. Every mile from Bethlehem, every lamb carried home. Inside Saul's tent, darkness pools. The king sits, elbows on knees, face buried in trembling hands. The crown rests beside him, unworn, unwanted. The fabric of his robe frays at the hem. A single oil lamp flickers. Shadows crawl across the walls like guilt. Then, a voice, clear, unbowed. What will be given to the man who kills that Philistine? Laughter erupts, sharp, cruel. Soldiers turn, eyes narrow, fingers point at the staff, at the sandals, at the boy who smells of sheep and open fields. He does not flinch, does not lower his eyes. His stare cuts across the valley, to the giant, to the challenge, to the space where no soldier dares to walk. Above, an eagle circles, silent, high, its wings outstretched against the gray. A shadow passes, small, fleeting, over both camps. Then gone. The wind stills, the fires gutter, the giant waits, and the boy who tends flocks stands where kings fear to speak. What does it mean to be chosen when no one sees it but you? From above, the land splits open, a wound carved by time and flood. Stone walls rise like ancient teeth closing in. The valley narrows, a throat, a passage no army can bypass. Only one man may walk it. Only one may answer. The ground slopes inward, funneling toward a single path where dust has settled in the footprints of fear. 40 mornings, 40 evenings, the same voice has echoed here. Each time, the earth absorbed another drop of dread. This is not war as the world knows it. This is wagered blood. A single life cast into the balance so thousands might live. No clashing lines, no storm of arrows, just one man stepping forward, one man stepping out. The price? Everything. Bronze, layered, riveted, each scale forged in fire, hammered flat, laced to the next. Goliath wears a mountain. 120 pounds of metal strapped to flesh. The sun strikes it. Cold fire. It does not gleam. It glares. A carapace. A second skin. His greaves climb like serpents up his shins. The javelin across his back, longer than a man is tall, casts a spear-shaped shadow across the dirt. The tip, iron, dark with oil. Waiting. 40 dawns, 40 dusks. The same words flung across the divide. Not shouted, declared. Each syllable a nail driven into the mind. The soldiers heard them in their sleep. They woke with the taste of ash. They tied their sandals with stiff fingers. They gripped their spears, but their arms felt hollow. The curses did not burn. They seeped. Like water through cracked clay. Like rot through wood. The soul wears thin under such repetition. Hope becomes a memory. Courage, a rumor. Saul lifts the helmet, bronze, dented, war-worn. He places it on David's head. It slips, down, over the brow. Shadows flood the boy's vision. The rim presses against his cheekbones. The weight settles, uneven, unnatural. David blinks. The world is darkness, then slivers of light. He tries to tilt his chin up. The metal resists. It is not his shape. It was made for broader shoulders, for a man who has worn command like armor. Then the coat, mail, thousands of interlocked rings, cold, heavy. It drapes over his shoulders like a net meant to drown. He takes a step, stumbles. The metal pulls him forward. His breath catches. The links scrape his neck. The weight digs into his hips. He tries to raise his arm. The mail drags it down. This is not protection. This is prison. A breath, a pause, then movement. He shrugs. The coat slides, clatters to the packed earth. The sound rings like a bell in the stillness. The helmet follows, rolls once, stops. Silence follows. No one speaks. David stands in his tunic, bare arms, bare head. His voice cuts through the hush, steady, not loud, final. I cannot walk in these, for I have not tested them. He walks, not to the armory, not to the king, to the dry riverbed, the wadi, cracked mud, sun-baked stone. He kneels, fingers part the dust. He searches, not for one, for five, smooth, oval, cool to the touch, worn by centuries of water. Each one fits the palm like a secret. He slips them into the leather pouch at his side. The thong brushes his thigh, familiar, like the crook, like the fold. The contrast lives in the air, in the light, in the space between breaths. The giant, layered in metal, voice like thunder, shadow long and thick. The boy, linen and leather, silent, small, a sling coiled in his hand like a resting serpent. One weapon forged in furnaces, the other shaped by wind and pasture. One meant to crush, the other meant to release. No crown rests on his head, no scepter in his hand. Yet the future of a people bends toward him. The weight is not in metal, it is in silence, in the eyes that watch, in the breaths held, in the unspoken truth. If he falls, they all fall. The burden rides his spine. It does not press down, it lives inside. A quiet hum beneath the skin, the sling. Simple, twisted leather, two straps, a pocket. He spins it once, a blur, a whisper in the air. The motion is fluid, instinctive, like breathing, like walking. This is not warcraft learned in barracks. This is the rhythm of the field, of keeping predators from the flock, of striking true from a distance, of precision, of timing. He walks, away from the tents, away from the king, toward the center, the death line, the space between. Sandals on stone, one step, then another. No shield, no spear, only the pouch, only the sling. The army watches, no cheers, no cries, only stillness. The only sound, the crunch of his feet on gravel, the rustle of cloth, the dry pull of breath through nostrils. Above, the sky bleeds. Not red, not gold, but pale. The fog thins, the sun climbs, light spills over the ridge, it touches the valley floor, it warms the stones, it glints off the giant's armor, it catches the edge of the boy's sling. The world is waking. And in this moment, between shadow and light, between silence and sound, between boy and giant, the weight is not in the armor. It is in the choice to walk forward, alone. From the heights, the mountains exhale. Stone ribs of the earth, ancient, unblinking. The valley below, a scar in the skin of the world. Sunlight spills like liquid across the ridgelines, gilding the dust that has not yet settled. The air thins, breath comes slow. The wind, high and thin, carries no sound yet, only the weight of waiting. He steps forward, Goliath, not a man, a fortress on legs, bronze plates fused like scales of some primordial beast. Iron bands coil around his thighs. His boots, thick soles studded with nails, crack the dry earth with each stride. The sun strikes his chest plate. No reflection, only a devouring of light. A black heat shimmers above him. David, small, bareheaded, linen tunic flaring at the hips. His feet know this ground, the stones, the cracks, the memory of water. The giant halts 10 paces from the divide. His shadow swallows David whole. He looks down, sees the staff, sees the sling, sees a boy with dirt on his heels and no mark of war. A sneer splits his face. Lips peel back from yellowed teeth. He spits. The glob lands short, but the contempt travels. Then the voice, not loud, deep, a boulder splitting in two. He invokes Dagon, Molech, the gods of iron and ash, names that curl like smoke. His words are not curses. They are weights. They press into the air. The Israelites feel them in their chests. Their knees tremble, not from fear, from the sheer mass of sound. David answers, not with volume, with clarity. A single note, pure, cutting through the haze. His voice does not waver. It carries, not just across the valley, into the bones of those who hear. You come with sword, with spear, with javelin. I come in the name of the living God. The words hang, not floating, rooted like a tree planted in stone. Goliath moves, not a step, a lurch, then a charge. Ground trembles, dust rises in plumes. His shield-bearer stumbles back. The earth shakes as if struck by hooves of thunder. Each footfall a drumbeat. Closer, closer. The distance closes like a fist. David does not retreat. He runs, not to the side, not to dodge, forward, straight into the path of the storm. His tunic whips behind him, arms pumping, sandals striking stone. Not flight. Flight is for birds. This is pursuit, purpose in motion. The sling comes alive. One hand grips the base, the other feeds the thong. He spins, once, twice, a circle forming in the air. Leather hums, the pouch whirls, a blur, a halo, a wheel of fate. The motion is not learned, it is remembered. In the blood, in the wrist, in the 1,000 nights beneath open stars, guarding the flock from wolves. His fingers dip into the pouch, slide over smooth stone, cold, dense, perfectly balanced. One chosen, not the largest, not the sharpest, the one that fits. The spin tightens, the arc narrows, the world narrows, to the sling, to the stone, to the space between eye and target. Release. The stone flies, not with a whistle, with silence. A streak, a needle threading the air, invisible, unstoppable. Impact, a crack, not loud, sharp, like ice breaking underfoot. The stone strikes the forehead, just above the brow, where the bronze meets flesh. The helmet holds, but the force transmitted through bone, through brain, through will. Goliath stops, mid-stride, as if the earth itself refused to bear him further. His eyes, wide, black, unseeing, roll upward. The pupils vanish. His mouth opens. No sound, only breath. A long, slow exhale, like a bellows emptied. He falls. Not backward, forward, face first, arms out, like a man collapsing into prayer. The ground shudders. Dust explodes upward. A cloud. A veil. The armor clatters, not all at once, piece by piece, as if the mountain is disassembling itself. Silence. Not absence of sound, presence of stillness. The wind dies, the fires in the camps gutter. No breath is drawn, no foot shifts. The sky holds its light. The sun pauses. David walks through the dust, through the silence, to the body, kneels, not in triumph, in necessity. His hand finds the hilt, the sword, massive, too large for any boy, but he lifts it, not with strength, with resolve. The blade clears the scabbard with a groan of metal. One stroke, the head parts, not cleanly, with effort, with weight. He lifts it by the hair. Blood drips not onto the earth, into it, soaking into the dry soil. The face, twisted in final disbelief, stares at nothing. He stands, the head in one hand, the sword in the other, the sling still coiled at his side. The 5 stones remain, unused but known. Above, the eagle returns, not circling, gliding, wings level. It passes over the valley, over both armies, over the fallen giant, over the boy who walks with blood on his hands and no fear in his eyes. The mountains watch, as they have always watched, as they will always watch. Stone does not forget, nor does the wind, nor does the earth, now fed with a new story. The valley exhales, a long, slow breath pulled from cracked earth. The dust still hangs, not drifting, suspended, as if time itself has knelt beside the fallen. And there, where the body met the ground, a shape forms in shadow, not cast by sun. This is older, deeper, a cross, drawn not in ink, but in absence, in the negative space between ruin and rising. It does not shout. It waits, like a seed beneath frost. Strength. That is what the world names salvation. A clenched fist, a blade raised, a roar that shakes the hills. We look for muscle, for armor, for the thunder in the chest. We crown the loud, the large, the ones who tower. But the true deliverer walks barefoot, with no standard, no banner, only a name spoken in quiet. Now, another figure, in an olive grove, moonlight fractured by leaves, knees pressed into soil, hands open, face turned upward, not defiance, surrender. The air thick with the scent of crushed herbs. His breath comes in waves, shallow, then deep, then trembling. No army behind him, no sword at his side, only the weight of every unspoken plea, every hidden cry. He moves forward, not toward a giant, but toward a tree, a wooden frame on a barren hill, and he goes alone. David stepped into the valley without armor, refused the steel meant to protect, said no to the weight that promised safety. Jesus too refused another kind of covering, not metal, but power. Kingdoms offered on a mountain, crowns spun from compromise. He walked the path stripped, not of iron, but of pride, of self, of the right to choose his own way. The stone, smooth, cold, chosen not for size, but fit. It flew without fanfare. No war cry, no drum, just release. And in its flight, a judgment, not of man, but of heaven. A verdict spoken in silence. The world expected a clash of shields. Instead, a whisper broke the darkness. So, too, the cross. No trumpet, no coronation. Just a man, nailed, breathing, dying. And in that moment, God judged sin, not with fire, but with flesh. The cross stands, not on a throne, on a hill. Wood grains split by rain and wind. Dark clouds coil above, not drifting, gathering, swirling like ink in water. Lightning pulses behind them, not striking, yet. The air hums, not with sound, with charge. The sky holds its breath. This is not decoration. This is confrontation. The place where heaven meets hell. And the weapon is not sword, not spear, not even stone. It is surrender. A man giving up, giving in, giving everything. And in that giving, victory. Goliath spoke with the voice of empires, boasted in the names of false gods. His armor, law. His taunts, condemnation. He stood for what we cannot overcome, the debt we cannot pay, the fear we cannot outrun. We stood paralyzed, like Israel on the ridge, hearts pounding, throats dry, waiting for someone to move, someone to act, someone to face what we could not. David was shepherd, knew the smell of wool, the cry of lambs, walked the edges of cliffs to pull one back, fought off beasts with nothing but a staff. He did not fight for glory. He fought because the flock could not. So he went into the dark. For them, Jesus, good shepherd, not hired hand, not passerby. He lays down his life, not taken, given. His blood on stone, on soil, soaked into ground, thirsty for redemption. He walks into death, not for himself, for the lost, the scattered, the ones trembling behind walls of fear. The victory in Elah did not end with a feast. It began one. The people walked free. No more tribute, no more terror. The enemy's head lifted, not as trophy, but as proof. The power that held them, broken. So, at Calvary, the stone rolled, the tomb empty, the grave silenced, the chains shattered. Not by uprising, by resurrection. The kingdom is secured, not by conquest, by grace. Blood soaked into the valley floor, darkening the dust, seeping into cracks, feeding the earth. That same earth remembers another hill, another body, another flow. Not from a severed neck, from hands, from feet, from side. Blood not spilled in triumph, poured in love. And that blood, deeper than any stain, it speaks, not of vengeance, of forgiveness, of life drawn from death. We were the watchers, on the ridge, frozen, mouths open, hands clenched, unable to move, unable to fight. We needed a champion, one who would step into the space between, one who would face the shadow, one who would run, not away, but into the storm. David did, for a moment, for a battle. Jesus did, for all time, for every heart, For every fear, the head fell, the armor collapsed, the enemy defeated, not by greater force, but by a single strike, a precise blow. So the powers of darkness, principalities, rulers of the air, the spiritual strongholds, we cannot break them, but they are already unseated, stripped, exposed. The cross, the decisive blow, the head lifted, not in arrogance, in declaration. It is finished. Lightning splits the sky, a jagged line, white fire. For one breath, everything is visible. The cross, the hill, the sky, the earth. Then darkness returns, but the image remains, burned into the mind. The storm rages, but the cross stands, unmoved, unbroken. The true victory was not in noise, not in spectacle, but in silence, in blood, in a man who walked forward, alone, and changed everything. Water, clear, cold, sliding over stone, a quiet rush, not loud, not urgent, just moving, always moving. The stream bends around moss-covered rocks, each curve shaped by time, not force. Sunlight spills across the surface, fractured into ribbons of gold. The stones beneath, smooth, worn, patient, hold no memory of impact. Only flow, only passage. One stone rests apart, on the bank, damp earth cradling its weight. Light touches one edge, gilding the ridge where water once carved it. It does not gleam. It simply is. Solid, known, held in the hush of morning. You, sitting, knees drawn close, fingers brushing the pebbles at your feet. The air cool on your skin. Not sharp, gentle, like breath against glass. Your eyes follow the water's path, where it disappears into reeds, into shadow, into the unseen. The horizon, a line of soft green and mist, does not demand your attention. It waits, as if it has always waited, as if it knows you will come. What stands in your valley? Not a figure, not a roar, a presence. A weight behind the ribs, the voice that says you are too small, too slow, too late. The fear that tomorrow will ask more than you can give, that the unknown will swallow you whole. You feel it in the tightness across the shoulders, in the way your breath stops just for a moment when the phone rings, when the silence stretches, when the night holds its breath. You reach for armor, not metal, but motion, busyness, the mask of competence. You strap on what others expect, wear the title, the smile, the confidence. You walk heavier, not safer, just louder. But the weight does not protect. It only reminds you of what you're trying to hide. And yet, there is an invitation, not to fight, not to prove, but to remove, to lay down what was never meant to be yours, to step forward, bare, open, unarmed, yet not unarmed. For the stone in your hand is not your skill, not your past, not your strength. It is the faithfulness of the one who shaped the stream, who named the stars, who knows the number of hairs on your head. You do not need to be large. You do not need to roar. You only need to be present, to release what is already aimed, to trust the arc, the path, the hand that guides it. The sun rises fully now, pouring over the ridge, gilding the treetops, spilling across the water. The lake ahead, still, perfect, a mirror. Sky below as much as above. No ripple, no disturbance, just reflection. The light does not shout, it settles, like a blanket, like a promise. Peace. Not the absence of storm, but the presence of rest, deep in the bones, in the breath, in the quiet between heartbeats. The shepherd walks, not ahead, beside. His staff a shadow in the grass. The flock drinks, slow, unhurried, the water cool on their muzzles, the earth soft beneath their hooves, and the valley, once shadowed, now green, sun-warmed, empty of giants, full of light. The wind moves through the barley, a whisper, a lullaby. You close your eyes, the warmth on your face, the sound of water, the weight of the stone, small, certain, in your palm. Rest, now, here. You are not alone.